Welcome back. In this next section, we're going to open up a brand new AutoCAD file. I'm going to go here to the application button, choose new, and launch a default AutoCAD DWT, AutoCAD template basically, by choosing open. And notice here by default, a new AutoCAD file has model tab, which is obviously something you're used to, and it has two layout tabs here, layout number one, layout number two. By default, they have one viewport on the screen, and these are called these naming conventions here. Now, you could create more layout tabs, and you can do it any number of ways. There's a little plus sign here. If I click on the plus sign, it adds a new layout tab automatically. If I click on it, I've got a third layout tab here. This could be basically the first floor plan, the second floor plan, the third floor plan in an example set of drawings. Another way you can do this is if you already had this sheet formatted with a title block and information on the page, you can right-click on the Layout tab, and you can rename it here. You can delete it here, or you can move and copy it. So let's say, for example, you had a title block formatted with the name, project, date, address of the project, and you had it on the screen currently, and you wanted to copy it. You simply just choose this, move or copy. If I choose to copy it, I would check this box, create a copy, and I move it to the end of the drawing, or the end of the AutoCAD file I'm in, and hit OK, and you'll see here it's called layout number one because it's been copied, and it has number two behind it. When I right-click on it, I can rename it whatever I like. So for example, here I can basically rename it number 4 as an example to follow the same pattern here. And so right-clicking on any layout tab allows you to do any number of functions. There's also Page Setup Manager, where you can choose the formatting of how this will eventually get printed or plotted. And they also have the plot button here that lets you print out this sheet directly. No need to format it because it's been recorded in the past because you visited Page Setup Manager once for this page layout, and it'll print it out basically. And any additional sheets you want to print out using this tool. You can also make a new layout here at the top, but I suspect that the plus sign here around on the screen here is probably the fastest way to make a new printout or any other, a new layout tab basically with the little plus sign there. Okay. Now another option on these layouts is basically to right click on the layout tab and to use from a template. A template is basically a pre-formatted file that you created in the past and you saved it to your computer somewhere. Maybe you have a title block with office standards established already. So when you do from template, you basically open up your template file here if you recorded one. We haven't done that yet, but let's say by example, we're going to use one of these here. We use tutorial-I architecture DWT. Let's open up that file, template. So if I hit open, the only sheet size it has set up here, the layout tab it has, is called D size. So it has a layout tab already pre-created with this naming convention. So if I hit OK, it's going to insert that tab into my page here. And this is what that sheet setup looks like. It has a title block. It has information here that you can fill out for your project. It has dates, scales, a sheet number. For example, it has a big paper space, mouse space window here in the center of the screen here where you can put your entire drawing. It has any number of options here. And if I were to right click on that, I can copy this to create others, delete it, rename it, what have you. I can also go to the Page Setup Manager and take a look at what page options this sheet has. So for example, here in the D size layout, if I want to take a closer look, I'd go to Modify and take a look at how it's been set up. In this case, it's set up for an architecture D size. Someone recorded these settings and took all these settings and recorded it to a file and made it a template in AutoCAD. It's going to make an AutoCAD PDF. That's the option it chose off the list of options, the list of available options here. Again, this is the list here that you have. Qt PDF is a custom PDF writer I installed for free from the Qt PDF website. Adobe PDF is something you could download from Adobe um, .com or do a search for Adobe PDF and it'll install the PDF writer on your computer screen. Here it says it's going to print it to the extent of the drawing, the extent of the sheet, basically. Uh, how wide and tall is the sheet? It's going to print out to that size, but it'll print it to scale, 1:1. And so these are all the preview options here. And it'll center the drawing, center the plot. It'll center it on the sheet, basically, perfectly dead center on the page. These all came pre-formatted. But now I can basically choose to right click on this one and copy it and create several other sheets with the exact same formatted changes. So it's a quick way of establishing Office standards and generating a sheet layout that you're comfortable using in a particular project and creating an Office standard, for example. Most offices would set up page setups for their teams to use. So although we're not going to be creating AutoCAD templates just yet, I thought I'd show you a preview of what one might look like if you use them in an AutoCAD environment. And that is it for the demonstration of basically using templates in an AutoCAD environment. Okay, see you next class.